Today I'm going to introduce myself as Tommy did. What's up? It's your girl, the one and only Queen E. Yup, that's me.
It's me, the one and only. Yep, your boy, Tommy Miles.
This man is so corny. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Ready to Love season, whatever season this is, episode 13, The Reunion, part 1. You know what? Typically, I would be annoyed that this was broken up into 2 parts, but I think that there was enough content in this episode that I'm okay with it. I will also say, my internet was acting a plumb fool. A plumb fool. So I'm pretty sure I only caught half of the context of every segment, but I'm gonna review it anyways because I'm not watching that a second time. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. The episode starts with Tommy talking about his matchmaking of the dates, which, as we know from previous seasons, the people themselves don't necessarily get to choose their dates anyways. So it's always production choosing. I don't know why this Tommy's choice thing is a big deal. But anyways, he brought in 2 wild cards, being Christopher, I forgot about Christopher, you know, and Katarina. Now, Katarina did not like being a wild card. She felt like she was set behind in the process. However, she caught back up with the likes of Quentin, Herbert, Phil, and ultimately Morier, until he dropped her.
I love your spirit, I love your heart. I think we have always had a genuine connection.
I believe that my connection or my feelings
Oh my God.
have been elsewhere.
I value our friendship so much, and he really made this process easier for me.
So how did you shift from these guys to Morier?
I'm really used to people being very intentional and being like aggressive in a positive manner.
She says what stood out about him was the fact that he was very intentional about her. She valued his friendship. But in terms of her actually speaking romantically about him and about their connection, I missed it. And that's a theme when women are talking about Morier. I don't know if the women are afraid to say how they actually feel about him. When he was being called out for the friend vibes on the show, I think that that is the truth. I don't think this particular set of women felt Morier the way that they're trying to portray as if they did. So every time they would turn to Janelle when they're talking about Katarina or showing Katarina's B-roll or whatever you want to call it, she had a very sour face, very clearly salty about Katarina's presence. Katarina opens up and says that she was interested in Quentin, and then this is where the context for me got a little bit fuzzy. I guess because he was only one-track minded, she didn't get the chance to pursue him, and maybe she was upset about that.
I was initially attracted to Q, for sure, but Q shut it down quick.
I was not open at all.
If you weren't open, I don't want to say the word aloud. It went from, you know, I can't focus, to I ain't talking to none of y'all. If I would have came in the beginning, listen, I would have had all y'all.
Facts.
No, I'm just being funny.
Yeah, Quentin was very clearly on Janelle and only Janelle for the most part. So maybe this is where the tension stemmed between Katarina and Janelle. We know these 2 women do not get along, will not get along. I don't see any redemption for this relationship at all. So we're just going to put it to rest. I completely forgot that Red was a part of this process. I forgot the first guy who was dumped with his fine self. Oh, poor him. Every time they kept cutting to him when he was backstage, I was like, now who is this guy? It's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, they talked to Red about this whole Thot Job conversation, and he is still very much salty about it.
Wait, a Thot Job? They call my job Thot Job too now.
No, I'm not gonna let it go. Matter of fact, you can get a Thot Job t-shirt on my website.
You welcome. You welcome.
Oh no, it didn't bother me, but if you gonna say something, you gotta stand on it.
You continue to DM me, and you have texted me without a reply.
It's one time.
If we're not going to talk about it, then we probably shouldn't put it on the table.
How about it's involving his role in his children's life.
Turns out everybody got called out for having a thought job. Not everybody, but it was more than just Red who was told they have a thought job. There also was this weird, okay, so on the show, didn't Unique say that they had likely crossed paths beforehand? I want to know what's the full context of what happened, because the way that they have so much vim for each other is so weird. I feel like it has to have stemmed from something beyond the show. Then to make matters worse, they allegedly tried to talk about it after the fact. He denies the fact that he tried to hit her up. She says, "You hit me up on Instagram." She, however, doesn't want to bring out the receipts. He doesn't want to admit to having done it at all. I'm with Janelle. If y'all not gonna talk about it, then don't even bring it up. Apparently kids were brought up at some point. I don't know the kids part, but I feel like there's a lot more to the story that these two clearly don't want to admit to, because it cannot just be the Thot Job thing that has them this, like, whatever this is, this angry with each other, this, it's weird. According to the behind the scenes footage that we didn't get to see, this is some of the stuff that OWN could put on their YouTube channel instead of the freaking cooking challenges and stuff, but that's okay. Morier and Jessica had a longer connection than what we were aware of, we the audience. And so now they're talking about this love connection that they allegedly have. Listen, nobody is buying it, not the viewers or the castmates.
The non-negotiable is he has to want to have children.
We have so much in common. She wants kids. She wants a family. Nobody was ever strong enough to remove Jessica. It was really easy.
We are in a great space of getting to know each other.
It ain't real.
Truly, what the hell is this? What the hell is it? Jessica can't even fake the funk. Like, girl, be up under your man if that's your man. Be up under him if that's your man. That's not your man. Please, be for real. That's your friend. And I don't know why everybody's so scared to say how they actually feel about Morier. These women don't like him. These women never liked him. These women are not going to like him. These women. I'm not saying women, period. These particular women. She says what stood out to her about Morier was the fact that he was consistent, which is the same thing that Katarina said. However, when it's time for her to actually give reasons as to why she likes him, crickets. Crickets. She couldn't come up with anything. So people backstage are obviously kikiing because, girl, ain't this your man? Then she's gonna say, did I write it down? No, I don't think I wrote it down. Basically, they're on a good track of getting to know each other. So y'all are friends. Let's cut the crap. You're friends. I'm also wondering, like, what is the incentive of keeping up this? This is why in the last review, I said I felt like this connection was a producer-led connection, because literally it does not make sense. And I think that the show is trying to rectify their reputation and to show that they actually can foster healthy, long-term, loving relationships. Unfortunately, these people are not good actors. They cannot fake the funk forever. So why these two are making it seem like there's something going on, I don't know. And even Morier's face, you could see it all over his face. Like, he knows everything ain't what it seems, but he's just gonna go with it. The next segment is with Habibi. This was so uncomfortable for me to watch. He obviously said some inappropriate things while filming the show. He denies that he was inappropriate, and it just goes from bad to worse.
And he was like, girl, I'ma suck him next time.
What you said to Janelle, that was disrespectful. Then saying your mama ain't
I apologize for the malefic things that came out of me.
Why are we debriefing a grown man on how to behave?
It wasn't that deep. I'm very playful.
Get him away from me.
Janelle.
Stop saying get him. This is what y'all don't do. Get him.
I know. No, you're not crazy. You're not wild.
What?
I hate to say it, but I'm with Janelle. Why are we trying to teach a grown man how to have decorum? He's grown. This is unnecessary. When it comes to the Sierra comment where he said, "Oh, F your mom," he was trying to explain it away, saying, listen, I just have a soft spot for people whose lives have been dictated by their parents or something along those lines. And she basically was like, watch how you speak about my mama. I think this situation was a little bit blown out of proportion, but she feels offended and she's valid to have those feelings. With Janelle, she's also validated in her feelings, because I feel like what she's claiming Habibi did and said to her is true. And then if it wasn't true, he wouldn't have to apologize. She claims she didn't hear the apology. She claims he didn't apologize. However, Tommy and some of the other people are saying, no, he did apologize. So if there really was an apology, there was an offense, was there not? So anyways, moving on, she decides to get up and leave the conversation because she's feeling very angsty about this whole thing. He follows after her. And this is where I'm also agreeing with Janelle. If Janelle is trying to remove herself from a situation, she obviously does not want to be in the presence of Habibi. Where is production to keep him away from her? Why must it be, it was either Herbert or Phil who has to intervene? Where is production? The duty of care when it comes to the Ready to Love behind the scenes people, they're not good at it. They are not good at it at all. It has been how many seasons back to back to back to back to back where we've had some semblance of a sexual harassment situation. There have been women who felt uncomfortable in the presence of other men. This season, there were also women coming to blows with each other. Like, come on, own, y'all gotta do better. And then this nigga gonna pull out the saxophone. I don't know if this was another part where my internet was tripping, but one moment he was following after Janelle and being told not to get close to her. Then we see him playing the saxophone on stage. And I think it was Kira who just was so annoyed by the whole situation. I don't even care if this was chopped and screwed. He should have never been given that opportunity. Even if it was him doing it out of sheer will, not being given permission by production, they should have stopped it immediately. Because now you're making a fool of everybody involved in this situation. We get to the section of Marvin and all his sexcapades.
We found these in the dressing room. What made you so comfortable sharing this information?
Because it's who I am. I'm not gonna tell someone this 6 months down the road and they're hit with a,
Yeah.
Based on what I got from Marvin, I was just like, okay, I'm with it. And I wasn't ashamed to share that.
Uh-oh.
I think my favorite part was the wax therapy. It was hot.
Hot way.
Very hot.
Again, a lot of contact. Actually, I damn near didn't hear any of this conversation at all. So I'm just going to infer what I know about what's been happening in Marvin's life. Basically, he's been able to have a platform for himself now. This kind of turned into like a sex teaching session. As we knew, Marvin has already found somebody on the outside of this process who matches more of what he is into, which is great for him. Glad he could turn this into a teaching moment for everybody else who wants to get into what he's into. It seems like Unique also got into the whole candle play situation. I don't blame you, girl. But anyways, yeah, good for Marvin. I don't know why he came on the show, but we didn't know him before and we know him now. We end the episode with Tequila. And, I don't know why Habibi was talking as if Tequila is the honey to his tea, child. These two together, a mess.
Habibi, is the connection mutual?
Absolutely. It's rare that you come across somebody that, has such excellent balance.
Crazy beats crazy.
Apparently, I may feel uncomfortable when I asked him about the threesome. Broke energy makes me uncomfortable. Filing bankruptcy makes me uncomfortable.
I'm not gonna lie to you, broke energy also makes me feel uncomfortable. It does. However, Tequila was definitely out of line to throw Phil's history in his face in front of everybody like that. Basically, she didn't like the fact that he had filed for bankruptcy at some point in his life. He says, honestly, that was a business decision. I was in real estate at the time, I think he said. A lot of businessmen do file for bankruptcy. Honestly, that's not uncommon. But yeah, her immaturity was definitely showing the way that she constantly throws digs at people and is shocked when people want to bite back. The same thing happens with Janelle. Janelle throws digs, and because she's got this little soft voice, I don't understand why everybody's mad at me. She thinks that people are not going to bite back. People are definitely going to bite back. Truly. She says that her tension with Janelle was sparked from an offline conversation. I missed what that conversation was about, but they're clearly both triggering each other, right? And so things actually don't kick off on stage. On stage, they kept it cool, even though Tequila, the way that she was rocking, I'm like, oh, she wants to rock somebody's world. And backstage, she was about ready to do that to Janelle.
I don't know what the problem is.
I don't care to know.
I guess we definitely are good. We can just move forward then.
Somebody's feather.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Willa, do you want to fight me? Is that what you want to do?
Go ahead, Janelle.
You're messing up your feathers.
I just want to know, like, did one of them slap the other person's mom? Did one of them spit in somebody's drink? Did one of them sleep with their man? Like, the way these women have so much vitriol for each other, it has to be some great disrespect that just warrants this reaction, because the way they are so ready to come to blows, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It cannot be the conversation of, I think Tequila was saying that Janelle told her we shouldn't be tearing down our black men like that, or something. I don't know, guys. My internet, okay? Please, give me grace. But whatever conversation Tequila was saying was the root of their issues, I doubt it. I doubt it. You ready to jump over tables to knock somebody out? Both of them? It has to be some great disrespect. And I would love to know what the hell it is, because this is weird. It's real weird. The energy continues into the next episode. The next episode, we even see Lee. Lee has something to say to Quentin. I'm excited to see what that is about. Hopefully I'll have better internet, because I really need to know the full context of what's going on here. But anyways, as always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the last one, because I'm never doing Ready to Love again.